Morning, guys. Out here pedaling around a little bit this morning, waiting on Red. He's supposed to be here in a few minutes. We've got a bid to do. They just went to Chattanooga last week and took a look at a pretty good sized job for us up there. We don't like to go out of state much, but in these times, we're going out of state. So anyway, we're gonna try to get that done today, get that turned in. I'm out here in the greenhouse. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit what's going on. The cows are coming up. You can see them down there getting them a drink this morning. So, and the pond is down. Man, we're needing rain. But anyway, Bobby, I know you aggravate me from time to time about not doing much work. Here's my tools of choice, buddy. Got a flat point, a round point, and a metal rake behind the flat point. And I call them my tools of choice because if I had a choice, that's right where they stay. One thing I want to show you guys, and I'd like to hear back from some of y'all. We used the Miracle Grow garden soil in this bed and this bed, and then we ran out or bought loads out and we started going to the jungle growth. And looking back, I believe I'd use the jungle growth full time now, and I will personally, matter of fact, but it's got a lot more. Once I got to looking at the bags, I just seen the Miracle Grow and thought, man, that's what I want. But anyway, this is jungle growth is professional mixed soil. But anyway, let's see, composted age pine bark, Canadian long fiber, I guess it's spangum peat moss, but it's got vermiculite in it. It's got perlite in it, horticultural grade charcoal ash, time release fertilizer, and other trace elements and minerals. So I believe it's got more to offer than the Miracle Grow has, but here's my problem. I want you guys to look at the weeds coming up in this. Look at that. Man, we paid a pretty darn good price for this stuff. Grass, look at there. Look at there. And it's coming up everywhere. So I guess we'll have to start pulling this stuff, but it keeps coming up, and I haven't even put water to this down here on this end yet, simply because there's nothing in it except for weeds. But look at that. Driving me up the wall. Actually, I'm pretty peeved. Actually, I'm very peeved. But, you know, it just, when you're paying for a material like that stuff costs, you know, this stuff ought to be good dirt. I could have got this out of the dadgum yard and had the same results. Now, granted, it's going to grow this stuff off, but in the same breath, why am I having to deal with these weeds? I can see some, but man, they're taking over. Look at there. So what we're doing, we're letting them go for a while, and then I'm going to turn around and take several pictures, and I'm going to send it to Miracle Grow and tell them, guys, I mean, what's up with this? But there's the romaine. It's doing well. Look how the onions are growing. And let's see, look here. Got some tomatoes coming up. We didn't start them inside. We've left them out here in the greenhouse. Kept them watered. And let's see, those are the green pineapples. Those are homesteads. Those are beefsteaks in the back. Then we've got some Rutgers on the left, and the cherry tomatoes, the mini oranges, are on the right side of that tray. Then more Rutgers, beefsteaks again, and then the black cherry. There's a few coming up. They're just now starting to pop the ground. There's the, I hope I was playing this right, Reisentraub. Supposed to be a really good cherry tomato. And then there's some fox cherries and also the Isis candy cherry tomatoes. And we've done a couple other things. You guys have seen the seed benches for the seed trays. We did the same thing up top. Made them 24 inches wide. Went underneath. What I ended up doing was splitting the 2x4s. Had some 10-footers. I was going to use these 2x2 stakes that are on top, but they're not pressure treated, and they come in 8-foot lengths. But we had 10-foot 2x4s, and that's our span from truss to truss. And then we did the same thing here, and we'll put 5 or 6 more of these things, but they're up overhead. And the way we did it, we can just undo the chain with the S-hook, drop it down. We can get them on a slant to water them or take them down or load the tables. And that's what our 4-inch pots will go in. And what Debbie's wanting to do is get out on the road. We've got 2 roads that run on each side of the property, and she's wanting to find a spot, which we'll probably do at the gate. And she wants to sell some of these 4-inch pots. So if she wants to turn some money, I'm all for it, because she's pretty good at spending it. But no, Debbie's very frugal. I can't say that in any sincerity at all. She's tight with a darn penny, so that's why I married her. Let's see. There's some of our tomatoes. Again, these things came up volunteered out of the compost pile. They're big boys and better boys. And then there's one of the mini orange cherry tomatoes. Man, I've been getting me some tomatoes off that thing. And there's another little mini orange that volunteered. My cousin Vince that does the cooking, he gave me this cherry tomato, and down on the end there's a pot of basil that he gave us, and he also gave us this eggplant. And Steve out in Vegas, I believe, I looked it up the other night what that was. Baker Creek calls them Listadia degandia, I think. And simple redneck terminology, it's a darn eggplant. So, but again, now over on this side is where we use the jungle growth. There is not one thing trying to pop its head out of this stuff. Nothing. So this was good sterile soil, and I'm telling you, not one weed has popped up yet. So, you know, it's amazing to me. And that's what I'm going by with this Miracle Grow. First of all, I thought it was crazy anyway. But after looking at this jungle growth, there's no comparison in the two. I hate to say it, but that's my opinion. And again, if you guys have had any experience with this, it's not potting soil, it's the garden soil. So if you guys have had any type of the same experience, I'd sure love to hear from you, because that's just not right in my book. So I'd go out of business if I treated my customers the way this stuff is doing here. And again, when you look at this product and then you look at that product, it's like, it's a no-brainer. So anyway, but that's kind of what we got going on. Again, there's our overhead 4-inch pot racks. And again, like I said, we'll put 4 or 5 more in here. I've got enough for 10, 20, 30 feet there. Then we'll do some on each end over those benches, and we may do some over this, I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. But for right now, once we take these seedlings out and put them in 4-inch pots, they're gonna go right up top, and we're gonna reseed right behind it again. And just try to keep stuff going. But I'm gonna take and go on the outside of this greenhouse, and I'm gonna set a lot of vegetables around the perimeter of this thing. So we'll put some of our melons and some tomatoes. Actually, we did a little bit of all of it. So, but over here, I'm gonna walk across this bed that I can get on to everybody about doing. Let's see what we got. We have some bull's blood beets coming up. Our melons aren't sprouting. Oh, I'm telling a story. Let's see. No, our melons aren't coming up. There's cowhorn okra, and there's some burgundy okra coming up. And those, I've just planted 6 or 7 of each. And again, we'll use these in juice for Debbie, so, and myself. And let's see, the first row is the iceberg lettuce. Then we have the black-seeded Simpson lettuce. We have some cabbage beginning to pop out of the ground. Broccoli's coming out of the ground. Cauliflower's coming out of the ground. I don't know if you guys can see them, but in there somewhere, there's little tiny onions coming up. None of our peppers have came up yet. Dadgummit. And then on this side of this tray is all pink beauty radishes. And then over here on this side is the Japanese cucumbers. And once again, this will be mainly Chew stuff, I mean, we'll be eating some of it, but this is giving us something daily. Once they start producing, we can just walk out to the greenhouse, snag some, and have some good fresh juice. So, and then with our watermelons and everything, like I said, Debbie does 20 to 25 separate vegetables and fruits every morning. And I drink a glass with it. We drink a 32-ounce cup apiece in the mornings. So that's about got us covered. That's what's going on here. MODOC had asked the other day what had happened to Bubba. Bubba been out, man. Bubba's been busy. But I talked to him last night and he was telling me a tale. And anyway, he works, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks from his house, and he said he was walking home. And he said there was this woman standing on the edge of the shrubbery. And said it was dark and he really couldn't see, about 2 o'clock in the morning, and said that when he walked up to her, she asked him if he'd like to have a good time. Well, Bubba had never been around a woman of the night before. And he goes, well, I don't know. And she says, look, for 20 bucks, I'll show you the time of your life. So Bubba being game, and I guess you could classify it as typical man, but I'll say typical younger man. They decided, what the heck? So they got behind the shrubbery, and it's black dark, and they got to fooling around just a little bit, and all of a sudden this light hit them right in the face. And Bubba looks up and goes, what's going on? And this police officer was standing there, and he go on the other side of the hedge, and he's going, hey guys, he says, what's going on? He said, I heard a racket, and I just came over here to shine this light, see what's going on. And Bubba said, well, just for your information, my friend, he said, I'm trying to make love to my wife. And the police officer just got apologetic as he could be. He said, man, I'm so sorry. He said, I had no idea. Bubba said, well, I guess it's all right. He said, I didn't realize it was my wife either till you shined that light in our faces. So anyway, MODOC, there's your Bubba again. But one more in closing out, look at that stuff coming up in that bed. Just makes me sick. So it makes Debbie sick too, because I'm going to get her out here pulling this stuff. Well, listen, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. There's our, again, I've showed you, but there's our curtain rods that could keep the curtain contained in winds. And again, I had no idea what those darn things were, and I almost cut them up. So anyway, but just goes to show you. But again, listen, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. We enjoy the communication back and forth. We have met some absolutely wonderful people. And, you know, this has been a lot of fun and continues to be. So, listen, God bless all of y'all, and everybody have a great day, okay? Take care.